Hi everyone, Jim Bennett, and a warm welcome to this series of vlogs in support of our new podcast, which is about leadership from the heart, putting courage rather than fear into our workplace, into ourselves, and into our communities. We're embarking on a journey. We're taking off. We're about to set sail for new lands and new ventures, new areas of discovery. Firstly, internally, and then we take it to the wider world. As we can see, I'm at a landing platform at the moment, at a jetty. And a jetty that allows us to take off, set off for new ventures and new lands, looking at the landscape of life. Swim forth, or do we go in a boat? Or what other modes of transport do we have? Our journey over rocky roads, rocky places at times, and then to clear areas. They say, do we enter the water? Do we swim forth? Do we climb to higher areas? I'd like you to join me in this journey of discovery to help us dream, dare, and dazzle our worlds. Sometimes our waters or our internals may be somewhat dirty, muddy, with lack of clarity. And with this we embark upon a journey over stiles, across dried up waterways, and embark to find new pastures. So we're combining our cycle run this morning with some trail running. And we're going to check out our ZeLandscape, our zest, landscape of life, and climb a local outcrop, checking out our landscape as we venture forth. This lochen or reservoir has been subject to blue-green algae. The water has been quite warm recently, and we see this muddiness, but within the muddiness there is great hope. There's life that helps the formation, augments life of others, and from there new life is formed. So we're going a little trail up this little craggy outcrop, it's called. It's a volcanic pressure relief system, centuries old. We see footprints of other travellers. The morning song. Leading from the heart is all about conscious leadership. It's a deeper understanding of what's happening internally within us. A deeper knowledge of what our core values are. And that influences the behaviours we do on a daily basis, how we interact both with ourselves and everyone that we come in contact with. I used to talk about hot leadership, honesty, openness and trust. This is a form of this. Leading from the heart is all about understanding ourselves within. It's the old story Stephen Covey talks about in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Inner victory before public victory. So let's go on a little victory, a little journey up the Craigie. Beautiful morning, beautiful landscape. And the zest landscape of life allows us. The Z landscape of life allows us to reflect, to be in harmony with nature. It's about the being rather than the doing. Aha! And there we go, there's another way of being or doing. Buckfast. So who rules you? Who controls you? Is it alcohol? Is it food? Are you master or mistress of your destiny? Let's go up this little trail, zigzag up, and see what insights we get from the Z landscape of life. A number of years ago, I was working in Indonesia, and I was a member of the Hash House Harriers there, and that's where we go out into the jungle and people lay trails. It's also within Europe through forests. We lay trails using flour, and when you find the way forward, the waypoint, the cry goes out, on! So we know that we found that we're on the right track. It's on. So that's why you may hear me from time to say, on! I know I'm on track. It's about the leading and lagging indicators we have in life. It's far better to have the leading indicators. It's a bit about knowing if you look at your car and your temperature gauge is going up and up. It's better to go and check it rather than wait till we see steam coming out of the bonnet. So that's it, on. So for my initial exercise of running when I was younger, and I still do, is fell running. Is running up and down hills. But again, we'll find that this is quite a steep trail up just now. So what we do is go nice and steady. It's digging in and getting a rhythm. It's a bit like shepherds on the hillside. They have long, lanky strides. But if we look just now, we'll look at the construction. Look at all the little webs. And under normal light, without the dew, we wouldn't be able to see. And they're structures. They're structures to build strength. And they're very, very fine structures. But together, they have great strength. It's a bit about community, and that's where we're moving forward. Isn't that beautiful? The intricacy of it all. And as we move forward, so if we've moved forward within our communities, if we collaborate with one another, we can have tremendous strength. and we can have this new world, this restoration. So what does our new world look like? What does it sound, feel, touch and sound like for you? That's something to ponder over as we move forward and do our internal work. It's more about taking away the layers that are there, the layers that are built up, the sludge that's built up over the years, shedding that away, shedding all the layers off, and finding our true self underneath. And it's quite a kind of steep pathway, but it is a pathway, and we have waypoints that help us find our way. Do we take time to stop what we're doing, grab some breath, or are we doing, going 110 miles an hour, not taking time to reflect? All we see is the hillside, the pathway, the steepness. Oh, it's all that distance to go on the steep pathway. However, if we stop and look around, what do we see? We see the vista. We see the bigger picture. We've time to reflect, take joy in the distance that we've came in such a short time. How far have we came? What have we learned? If we look across the reservoir, we see the extent of the algae, the bloom. We see the clear patches. We see the breeze, the water agitating, spreading the message, making it fertile. You have that opportunity to do your inner work, be fertile, spread your message to your wider community. The farmer in the farmhouse in the middle distance, he's preparing for winter. He's got his feedstock, he's got his hay, he's gathered it, ready for the winter. In my home, I have a number of holly bushes, and there's a lot of berries on the holly bushes. The old story is, if you've got an exuberant amount of berries, we're heading for a tough winter. We may have tougher times still to come. We may not be completely over the pandemic. So there's more to do to dig in and be ready for the restoration of ourselves, of our communities, and of our planet. Now with stopping, we find that we can run, and then from time to time we step up. The boulders, which could be obstructions, help us to gain strength, to give us solid foundations. Look at the worn rocks. How many have came this way before? At times, going through the hay, all the barriers, but we can brush them aside so easily till we come out to the clear side, and we can build up speed. And then we ponder, see Glasgow in the distance. And the final run up. And the top comes to view. A trig point. There we go. That's our first victory, our first inner victory. Reaching the top, having a look and seeing we've reached the first point, the first waypoint, the trig point. What's your trig point? Let's celebrate and enjoy our journey of leadership from the heart, and help you, help your community dream, dare and dazzle the world for a new restoration. Till the next time, bye now.